Welcome back. This is Barry with Cryptics ABC for All, and this is tutorial 2C, and we will be discussing containers. We all have a pretty fair idea what containers are, things that you put something in. Well, what are containers in Cryptics? Well, here words are put inside other words, not side by side like you stack them with a charade, but actually inside the other word. Now, here's an example I made up. SOS has other commas. It's going to be a container. What is a container again? One word goes inside the other word. Now, this is a simple one because the actual words you're using are right in front of you. SOS has others. So other has to go inside SOS. And the answer has to be a synonym for commas. So it's going to be plural. All right. So it's going to finish in an S. SOS, and of course there's the S there. So the SO could be at the front or the OS could be at the back. You don't know. So SOS has other commas, but the answer is it's got to be commas. Commas. Can you imagine other inside SOS? I'm sure you got it by now. You put that inside that. SOS inside, commas inside SOS. Now there's your SOS. SO at the front, as it turns out. All right. And there's the other part of the S. All right, okay. Notice this other is inside it. SOS has other. And the answer is commas, which are soothers. Is that right? Commas are soothers? Yes, of course they are. And that's a container. Typical container where one word goes inside the other. Flags, warning you that a container is to be used inside, like other is inside SOS. Here, SOS is about other. Other is within SOS. SOS surrounds other. Hiding, SOS is hiding other. SOS is around other. And as we got here, SOS has other. Okay? Right, here we go. Steps in solving cryptics. As we know, you apply these every time you get a cryptic clue. And don't look at the meaning at the start. Ignore the meaning. Don't look at the meaning when you first start. Go straight to note the spaces and givens in the matrix. Then note the possible, this is the real work now, note the possible flags, fodder length, and abbreviations in the clue. Guess the key and a synonym to fit that clue, and then confirm your answer. Right, this is the part where you get it all and you guess it all, and then lastly you confirm. Okay, here we go. Smog surrounds relatives almost on fire. And we have 7 spaces with a K. Okay, over to you. See what you can do, then come back. Okay, we're back now. Smog surrounds relatives almost on fire. I'm looking at a possible flag for a container here. Okay, container, flag. And then the next one, relatives almost, that's about it. I can't see any abbreviations. No K in the fodders. So it looks like we're going to be using a synonym to get our fodders together. Okay, well, we've got to guess. We have to guess at a possible key. Well, what about, well, let's try the front. Smog. All right, smog. Is that going to be, what's a smog? Mist, haze, can't think of one right now. Let's try the other end. Almost on fire. Almost on fire. Could that be the key? If you're almost on fire, if something is almost on fire, oh yes, if something is almost on fire, what's it doing? If it's almost on fire, it is, with a K there, 7 letters, it is, yes, it is probably smoking. If it's almost on fire, well, let's see if we can prove it now. Can we prove it? If this is a charade, then smog and relatives have to be your two fodders to get the container, one inside the other. All right. Don't forget you're looking for two fodders in containers, because one has to fit inside the other. Right, okay. Smog. Oh, there's a smog there, look. SMOG. Yeah, we've got an SMOG. So that comes in as a... Oh, that didn't work too well. All right, let's try again. SMO. Make it a red. Got it this time. So that SMOG is coming down as part of the answer. Got it? Now what does smog surround? Smog surrounds kin. Kin? We've got should be relative. Well, relatives of course are kin. And there it is. Smog surrounds kin. Got it. And that's almost on fire. I think we approve the answer is smoking. And that's a container. Okay? Next one. General pardon for Amy hiding nest. General pardon for Amy hiding nest. Oh, 7 spaces with an N. And what's up here? Well, I'll leave it to you now. You go away and come back when you've had a shot at it. Okay? Right, I'll be back now. Good. Here we go. Flags, abbreviations, and fodders. Anything you can see. Hiding looks like to me like it's a possible flag for a container. Something hiding something. So, hiding nest. So, hiding nest. Hey, that looks pretty good. I can see the N there, N there. If that's a nest, oh well. And this is what you do. You can use what you see as a possible fodder. Use it. You can see the structure is a container, so you just put it in nest and see if it works. If it doesn't work, you start again. All right, so I'm assuming that's a fodder at this stage. Now, if all that's happening down here, then the key is up this end. General pardon. All right, general pardon. I'm assuming that's the key. What is a general pardon? I'm sure you got the answer. A general pardon? General pardon is what the president of a country or prime minister gives all the population, gives them time to do something, or like Johnny Howard gave an amnesty to bring the guns in. If you hadn't done it by the right time, he said, okay, amnesty. You got 3 months more to bring them in. So general pardon, so it's an amnesty. Right, okay, so far so good, but you've got to be able to prove it. We already said we have nest is being hidden. We'll make that a red colour. So nest is being hidden. All right. So there's nest there. We got that. So is that Amy hiding nest? Oh, what's outside? Look at this. AMY. Ah, piece of cake, isn't it? Amy. Amy is hiding nest. Absolutely. Amy is hiding nest. Done. That is a container, and we prove the answer is amnesty. Next one. Ren spar intent. That's quite clear. Ren spar intent. Okay, 11 spaces with a double N. Okay, away you go. See if you can do it. Then come back. Just hit the pause. Okay, I'll be back. Let's see. Looking at the clue now. Ren spar in. could be a flag for a container. No other abbreviations or fodders. I can see a couple of N's there, and an N there, and an N here. I reckon that's possibly going to be the fodders, those two, those double N's. Because this is really what you can do with the easy ones. And when I say easy ones are the ones where you're actually using the words that are in the text in front of you, rather than using synonyms of Ren Spa and of tent. That makes it harder. So that means that the key is down this end. That's quite clear, or quite clear, whatever. We'll underline that. Okay. So, Ren Spa intent. That's quite clear. And Ren Spa has to. All right, well, let's look at the quite clear. If something's quite clear, what is it? If something's quite clear. Obvious? There's nothing to do with the ends, though, is it? Like maybe something physical that's quite clear. It's like a sheet of glass. It's quite clear. Oh, yes. If a sheet of glass is there, it's quite clear. What is the answer? It is transparent. Yes, it's transparent. Well, if we get that, is Ren Spa intent? Is that Ren Spa there somewhere? Let's see if we can get it. As I say, it's actually using the words here that are in the text. Yeah, there's Ren Spa. Ren Spa, and what's it in? Ren Spa is in tent. Ah, easy, isn't it? That's a container. Now, don't be led astray. I mean, these are easy ones because the answer uses the actual text in the clue. In the harder ones, you won't get that. Ren Spa will be a synonym. You have to get a synonym of Ren Spa, and you might forget a synonym of tent, so it does not become as obvious. But that's how they work. You see that? Righto, next one. Astronauts are out of Acme pens. 8 spaces with a C. Okay, go away, have a shot. All right, back now. All solved, we hope. Well, we already said 8 spaces with a C. Let's look at the clue. Flags. Out could be an anagram flag. Out is often an anagram flag. I'm going to mark that. I could be wrong, and they're not always anagram flags, but we'll give it a go. Astronauts are out of Acme pens. Well, that's no charade or container flag here that I can see. All right, let's have a go at a key. Astronauts, is that the key? Who are astronauts? Astronauts are flyers. They are also educated men. EDUCAT. Educated would fit, but it's not really a good synonym for astronauts. I know they are educated, but I think it would have to imply more than that. Astronauts, what do astronauts do? They fly. They're not flyers, they're pilots. Oh, they go into space, of course, so they are. Oh, yes, they are. If they go into space, they are spacemen, aren't they? Spacemen. All right, so far so good. Now, this is just an anagram here. I can't see anything else. I can't see a container. All right, Acme pen. So we have to anagram 8 letters, and that's 8 letters in Acme pens. So maybe that's just simply the fodder there that we have to anagram. Well, anagram Acme pens. Can you get spacemen from that? Oh, yes, SPACEMEN. Yes, there it is. That's an anagram. So, nothing to do with containers, and this is good for you because you'll see a mix of these things when you actually start solving a full puzzle. Okay, you won't know what trick is coming up, and that's an example of what can happen. All right, next one. In the beginning, I already swallowed a single gin. In the beginning, I already swallowed a single gin, 11 spaces with an R and an N. Well, looking at that, well, I'll leave it to you. Go away and have a shot. Okay, we're back now with it all solved, no doubt. Now, swallowed looks like a flag for a container to me. So I'm putting that in. Orally, if it goes true to form and the easy ones, this could be the fodder and that could be the fodder, the single gin, and orally could be outside the single gin, which means in the beginning is going to be our key. That's if it all goes as we expect. And of course, not all things go as you expect, but we'll see how we go. In the beginning, a synonym for in the beginning. In the beginning, at the start, first, in the beginning. And of course, you can get, if you're not quite sure, you can get a hint from these here, because we're assuming at this stage that they are the two fodders, I suppose, orally and single gin. Right. Let's see. Orally, if that is the case, orally has to be out here. Oh, wow. Now, I don't know where the rest of it is. Well, of course, there'd be a Y at the end. We know that, if that's the case. So, in the beginning is, oh, yes, in the beginning is originally, isn't it? Originally. See how you can use both the anagrams and the fodders and everything else. If you can't actually get the key straight away, you can build it up. And of course, it could all be wrong. That's all right. That's how it goes. Righto, let's see. Can we prove this is correct? Is in the beginning originally? Wow, orally, swallowed. So orally has to be on the outside. Let's see, there's the OR. And orally, there's the rest of it there. There's your orally. So the orally is taken care of. It is there. A single gin. It looks like we got a single gin. Gin. Where's that I come from? I know I got the gin right. The I is the abbreviation for single. One. How about that? Now that's a charade there. So you got a container and you got a charade. The charade without a flag. Notice it did no warning that was the charade. Okay, so, but there it is, the container and a flag has proved that the answer is originally. Okay, and the next one, commanding officer covers up a sin in gambling house. Don't think of that overall meaning. Whatever you do, don't get sidetracked. Don't look at the meaning. You can come back and enjoy it later, but you might do that. Commanding officer covers up a sin in gambling house. Right, we have 6 letters and an A given. Well, commanding officer covers up looks like a flag, or could be covers up, a flag for a container. And if it's true to form, covers up a sin. Commanding officer would be one, possibly. We'll go with it. What it appears to be, the commanding officer would be one fodder, and covers up a sin could be the other fodder. Actually, possibly two fodders there, or one fodder. We'll see how we go. One fodder or 2 fodders doesn't make much difference. You still got to get it. That didn't come. Oh, there it is. Right, which means that if that's all true, then the key would have to be gambling house. Now, again, all this could be wrong. But still, that's our first shot. Uneducated guesses they are, aren't they? Righto, gambling house. What's a gambling house? I think we all know what a gambling house is. A gambling house is it's a casino, isn't it? Now, can we prove it? What's a commanding officer commanding officer is abbreviated. There's your abbreviation coming in, which we should have mentioned before. Commanding officer abbreviates to yes, CO. CO is the abbreviation for commanding officer. Commanding officer CO. Now it covers up a sin. Does that work? Oh, there's A, and there's sin. A sin. Yes, it is. So we proved it. We proved the answer is casino because we have a charade for a sin, and in. Oh, I didn't even put that down. Look, in is the flag for your container. Oh, dearie me, slipping, Barry. That's a container flag. Well, it's not even marked there. Well, oh, no, it's not because covers up. You already got it covered, haven't you? There's your covers up. Well, commanding officer covers up a sin and is not in the gambling house. It's just the thing, you can be tricked. These ins are not always flags for anything. That in could be a flag for a charade. It can be a flag for hidden. It can be a flag for container. And it can be nothing. It can just be in, a joiner. And that's what it is here. So, okay. So, we have commanding officer CO covers up a sin. I think we proved that we have definitely a container and a charade of these two. Right, done. Happy with that? I'm sure you are. Now you go and do exercises 2.1 to 2.5 and make sure that you do them the way I suggest. This is for your best effect. Just have a go at them first. Don't look at my answers. Pause the video. All right, pause the video. These are all in videos solved. Pause the video, same as we did here, and have a go at it. Then go back and see how I've done it. Just check that I'm right, okay? Okay, that's it. And I said we'd look at some of the meanings of these things over all things, and let's see how good these compilers are. I love the way they make up sentences which apparently are sentences. I mean, smog surrounds relatives almost on fire. Isn't that lovely? You think of, well, it's not lovely, but you can imagine, you get a picture of smog surrounding relatives is almost on the point of catching fire. And that's nothing to do with your answer, of course. The next one, general pardon for Amy, who is hiding an S. Is Amy hiding an S? Is this a sin that she's doing? And she's going to get a general pardon? Again, it's nothing to do with your answer. Ren spar intent. That's quite clear. Why is it quite clear? Because you see the tent all washed out. Again, isn't it wonderful they can come up with these meanings? It's nothing to do with your answer. Astronauts are out of Acme pens. You can imagine how painful that would be. Anyway, that's the thing. They come up with these sentences. They join them together, stitching them like Frankenstein's monster, and that's what you get. In the beginning, I already swallowed a single gin. You do have a picture of a person in the beginning swallowing a single gin, don't you? You do get that image. Commanding officer covers up a sin in a gambling house. You can imagine, I can see that picture. Commanding officer comes into the gambling house, sees one of his soldiers committing some sort of sin, and he covers it up. Again, it's nothing to do with your answer. I only mentioned all these because you've got to make sure that when you first read a clue, you do not look at the overall meaning. It's nothing to do with your answer. You have to dissect it. Look at the parts of Frankenstein. Okay? That's it. Okay, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll come back and we'll do the hidden clue next. Thank you for watching.